be able to edit.
So we are in the, when we will be in the spring, we will be already having new skills. We will have plan. We will be ready in our starting blocks, and we will be able, once we are let out and are able to go back to work, we are ready and set to nurture what we have sown, and then go through the summer nurturing it, improving it, taking into the next level. So by the time the autumn comes and the downturn starts again, we are able to reap the rewards, the crops, and be ready for the quiet time in the autumn in order to go through the winter. In business terms, every business owner needs to be aware of those seasonal events, because it is important for the time to do the resets in the business. And I remember the days when I spent time in Sweden, taking some courses and getting some business education. And the Swedish people have got a very unique way to deal with these seasons.
Oh yes,
Because as you know, Scandinavians, autumn and winter time, they have very little daylight.
yeah, that's
They
right.
are using the times when the daylight is longer, like June, July, August. They are using for the time to shut down. So for them is the winter time, because they live most of the year in a very few hours of lightness.
Yeah.
They are utilizing the longer days for holidays, relaxing, getting things ready back for when they come back and start the motion again with going to work and living their life. So their cycle is slightly different to ours, but they are using the principles of those, the Sigmoid Curve and the 4 emotional stages, in order to be always one step ahead.
Right. So in other words, you're saying that in June, July, and August, use that time for
The Scandinavians are relaxing. They stop working for 2 months.
2 months, right? So
Yes, because they need the daylight so much, and they take advantage of it. It's like a solar battery, a metaphor, yeah?
yes, I understand what you're saying, because
Solar batteries gathering the,
light.
exactly, the power during the summertime in order to provide the warmth and the energy for winter time, yeah?
Yeah, that makes a lot of sense, because the body
Yeah.
needs the light, isn't it?
Exactly.
And if they have
So
light during those long periods, so
yeah,
that's perfect. That makes a lot of sense.
and we can do the same. We every business has got this upper curve and the lower curve. There are businesses which really get lots and lots of work towards the autumn. For instance, manufacturers of gifts and toys and so on, they get more busy autumn time, because for them this is the reaping the rewards time because of Christmas. Okay, then January is usually a very quiet month, because everyone has spent money for Christmas, and in January they are picking up the bills and start to worry how are they going to pay them. So that is why the seasonal thing is important to know, because we are then able to create a situation where we have time to recover, we have time to learn, we have time to plan, and we have time to reassess what has happened.
Yeah, that's a very good point you're making, because a long time ago, I was reading something about the Japanese people along those lines as well. So they were studying a curve, and then working out when the workers, I can't remember which industry they covered, but working out when the workers needed something specific to be able to recharge the battery and produce better.
Absolutely, yes.
Yeah, so they were using that. They're using that. I don't know if any other country do it, other countries do it or not. I've got the feeling only a few do. Might be wrong.
I think it is down to individual people. If a company is forward thinking and really looking into the future, they are using every tool that is available to them, including the Sigmoid Curve, to plan their business accordingly. Okay.
Yeah.
I remember when I used to work in the hotel industry,
Yeah.
we knew that there are periods of times, usually after Christmas and during Christmas period, so mid-December to end of January, we knew that there are less people in the hotel rooms, okay, but the catering side was much busier because we had Christmas parties, we had New Year's Eve parties, we had Christmas Eve parties, and so on and so on. So we knew how to plan. So the curve was more frequent, for instance, but
Yeah.
we knew where to take a break, review the situation, plan it out for the next lift, so to be ready for the next downturn, prepare ourselves, and then do it. And the place that I used to work in, and the place that I'm talking about, was in Manchester, and we were #2 hotel in Europe. We were that successful purely because we were ready to use that ups and downs to our advantage, and our business was really, really busy. We have been extremely busy throughout the year, and every single day we have been very, very busy.
So
And
yeah, sorry. Yeah.
and that was the right way of using that Sigmoid Curve.
So in our situation, really, at the moment we are at the bottom.
We are at the bottom, yes.
Yeah, for a lot of things.
Exactly. So this is the time
Yeah,
where we can review every aspect of our life, our profession, our, if we are at school educating ourselves, at university, it's absolutely the right time to review everything that we are doing and the point where we are at.
yeah, absolutely. And that's interesting because it means that at the moment I am in a fortunate situation where actually I can do that. I can, even though obviously most of the planet is down, but hopefully a lot of people are going to use the time we have available now to do exactly that.
I
So
hope so, because if the statistic we hear is very, very sad.
yeah,
There is huge increase in domestic violence. There
yeah,
is huge increase in abuse, and there is a lot of negative things that is happening,
because
which
of,
should not be, because we are misusing our time, and we don't know when are we going to get that second chance to do what we're supposed to be doing?
Yeah, I totally agree. So, so this is why I'm using this time. I have available
Exactly.
to learn a lot about YouTube, because it's been in the back of my mind for quite a long time, because actually I was going to buy a camera about 5-6 years ago. Even Michael was coming here, still helping and all that when we opened it. And I was about that far to buy a camera. I remember very well, on eBay. It was for about £100 at the time. And for some reason, I just didn't do it. Okay. So I left it. And it's only about, we've done about 12 videos or a bit more now. So once a week, so 12 weeks, 12 to 13 weeks. And I started before Gwen passed. And then we become regular on it, consistent, I mean, yeah. And then, and I've learned quite a lot of things, and I've got to write everything, every step down when I need to remember, especially when it comes down to technology. So I've got to write everything step down. For some people, one step is, for me, it's like 1 to 5. For some people, it's just number 1. Yeah. So so that's why I'm training my brain in doing it, and so I'm getting there. Yeah. And so my next step to train in YouTube is about editing and do it properly. Okay. So I'm using this time for that, with regards, and then also self-development, with yourself, the group you've created on Saturday, and that kind of thing. And so, and being able to motivate other people like Janelle, and so and then things like that, I think is great. I'm very pleased with that. She even mentioned it to another friend of ours, a common friend we have. Yeah, and then Diane mentioned that. Oh yeah, Janelle mentioned that she's getting quite excited actually. And then before this, so she's using her time appropriately, which is wonderful.
Yeah.
Before this pandemic started, she was different. She was in the way she talked about herself and what she can achieve. To her, there was no way out.
That's fantastic to hear. So we, by doing what we are doing, we have been able to lift another person, particularly with your input. You have been able to lift a person from a winter into spring, which is fabulous. And if every one of us can do that, that is amazing. We are really working together, and that is the thing of the future. We need to unite and do things together for the better of every single one of us, instead of just small individuals doing things for them. We are directing our efforts, and we are working towards towards helping others.
And I think I hope this planet, or the people on this planet, and the leaders of this planet are going to learn from it. Whether everybody is going to learn from it, that's not for me to judge or say. Okay, I leave it to the listeners to.
But you can make a statement of how you feel.
The way I feel personally, yes, I can make a statement without naming anyone. And so that's for people who view these videos to make a judgment for themselves. Hopefully, most of our leaders, if not everyone, but I doubt it, are going to learn from it and work together. Yeah, and I think that's even more important than ever.
I think so.
Yeah, because we live on one planet, and the French president, I can name him for that, he always said we have planet A, we don't have planet B.
No, we don't.
No, we don't have planet B. So he said we need to look after planet A. Maybe in the future, when we won't be in 300 or 400 years' time, we might be able to go to planet B. But even so, there won't be a planet C. Then you still have to look after where you live.
Yes. Yeah.
Yeah.
I think you have really touched there a very important point, Roger. I think we are all responsible for our Earth. We are all responsible for everything that goes on this planet.
Yeah.
And we need to take responsibility. So instead of mistreating our planet, we should be grateful for what we have,
Yeah.
and we should be able to treat it well, treat it with respect, because if we don't treat it with respect, it means we are not respecting ourselves. That's simple as that. It all starts from us.
Absolutely. And actually, that actually is a point where we could perhaps finish off.
Yeah.
Because when we listen, then again, I'm not going to name anybody, but it's so rare, if not never, when I listen to our leaders, that none of them are saying, it's my fault, excuse me.
They
Or
don't know what to, they don't know that word.
they are in the valley of blame.
Mm.
I may add something though, and I think that's an important point. The European Union chief, the chief of the European Union, I don't know how they call it now, the head of, I can't remember which title he
The
has.
president.
Is it the president of the
Yes.
European Union? He actually, and I thought that was very good. He apologized. Might not be enough, okay. Some people are going to say it's not enough, but you always have people who won't never be happy with whatever people do or say. Yeah, okay. He apologized to Italy with regards to the block response to the coronavirus. And then I thought to myself, good on him. How many people, how many leaders are doing that? They all,
Hardly anyone.
hardly anyone, apart from this guy, and he was humble enough to say that. He could have, he's from the,
It's not a nerve, it's a bravery.
yeah, it's a bravery. It
Mm-hmm.
just happened to belong to the European Union. He could
Yes.
be somebody from another country outside the European Union. But
I think also that we are coming to a stage, and this is where we're going to finish.
yeah,
We leave this for our viewers to think about this, is that there is more and more people realizing what it is all about. And they are looking to find out the truth. And let's pray that we all are going to learn the truth about what is happening with the virus, with the governments very, very soon.
yeah, and then yeah, absolutely, and then let's stop the blame game,
Yes.
please. Let's stop the blame game, with whether it's between individuals or countries and all the rest of it. That doesn't produce anything. Yeah,
Absolutely. Disliking each other, disrespecting each other is not the right way, is not the way forward. Loving unconditionally, accepting one another, and helping each other is the best way forward.
okay.
Wonderful.
And
Roger, thank you very much.
goodbye. See you later.
Bye-bye. See you.
So just press on the record on the stop recording.